Eruption Flipper.
Eruption was heavily damaged by spinner PP3D last series. Since then, they've adapted it to the cold conditions of the arena to maximize their flip power.
We've even got a new weapon now.
Oh, what's a new weapon?
We've got our spinner on the top.
You've even got a spinner. You've got a combined spinner and flipper.
Well, it's more like a nibbler, I think. But
yeah,
we hope to get the robots on there, have a nibble at them, then throw them out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give it for Eruption.
From Warrington, Eruption.
Team Captain Michael has built and designed this robot with Dad Adrian. Eruption's armour has been upgraded with angled hardened steel side pods to deflect spinner attacks. The team say this year their plan is to flip robots out of the arena, and with a robot that can flip over 1,000 kilos, that's a real possibility. And the house robot, for the first time tonight, the robotic Commander-in-Chief. It's Circular Lot.
Roboteers, stand by.
The teams are in the control booth. It's battle time.
3, 2, 1.
Can Hobgoblin's egg beater scramble them out there? Behemoth dancing a little bit and prancing around and pushing there as well on Cobra. Eruption being chased across the floor by Behemoth with the mighty scoop. Hobgoblin in a little bit of trouble. Behemoth, you can see the power there of the scoop lifting Eruption up into the air. Eruption can get up to 12.5 miles an hour, just over that actually. Has speed to get away. Cobra using that speed, but straight onto the floor flipper. Oh, a tumble. Little movement from Hobgoblin at the moment, but this is a good contest out there between Behemoth, Eruption and Cobra. Cobra between the two of them. Eruption looks a good machine here. Hobgoblin is driven straight into the wall, I think.
No, we're gone.
Behemoth think they've done enough. They might try and stay out of trouble now. Pit release. And yes, it will mean this time the Dial of Doom has gone left. Down goes the pit. And Cobra got themselves too tight with killer locks, and they've done so well. Cobra. Oh, Behemoth on its side. Cobra's okay. Live to fight another day after the pictures of killer lock. Oh, this is a good battle, isn't it? Three-way tussle, only two can go through. I like the look of Eruption. Cobra needs to set up right. They're on the floor spikes. Eruption just dodging those spikes. Behemoth mighty huge in the middle, sort of just controlling its own urges to get involved, leaving Eruption to do the damage on Cobra.
I'll see you, Aaron.
Behemoth has gone into that area now to try and maybe flip Eruption. Couldn't do so. Eruption turned and got away using good speed there, good technique. Now perhaps they can flip Cobra. Here comes Behemoth with a mighty shove with that 7mm grade 5 titanium lifting scoop. Again, all the pressure on Cobra. Double attack, all double ducks for the Cobra boys. And Cobra coming back on the attack on Behemoth. They've got some spirit, the Cobra team. They've got some venom in those fangs. But Behemoth wants to go in for the kill. This is a really good group battle, one of the best we've seen. Ah, flip! Tried to lift Cobra up and over. Good armament on Cobra, hardened steel. It's withstood so much and they're still in there fighting. Taking on Eruption. Oh, sheesh, it's cool. Wow, that was terrific.
Well done, Dean.
Really enjoyed that. Very unusual for a group battle to go to the judges, but this one will. And they were all very good in their own way. Cobra took some punishment, but seemed to be okay. Off the floor flipper, look at it. I just wonder whether this moment will count against Cobra.
I'm seeing very nervous faces here because that didn't end definitely, and you're probably both wondering now what's the story with Cobra and yourselves, and this is the first time there's ever been a judge's decision in a group battle since we started doing this show anyway, so it's all very tense. Isn't it very tense? It's very tense. You'd love me to break the tension, wouldn't you? You'd take tension. Both teams are through. Cobra got knocked out. Congratulations to Behemoth and to Eruption.
Well done.
Well done, congratulations. Let me talk to you, though, about how that went.
Yes.
Because that could have actually been very, very tight. I mean, I know poor old Cobra bore the brunt of just about everything that could have happened.
Yeah.
Man, that was a ding-dong battle for the entire thing.
Yeah, well, we saw Hobgoblin had a really, really nasty spinner on it, so we wanted to take that out, so we just turned that over, and it was just 3 of us left.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Behemoth and Eruption. Eruption returned victorious to the pit for their 2-hour repair window. The group battles are over. The 4 robots through to the head-to-head stage are Cherub, PP3D, Eruption, and Behemoth. First to fight are Behemoth and Eruption.
After teething problems in their opening fight, the experienced Behemoth know they need to play to their strengths to get some points on the board.
Outlast them, I think. I think we're going to go for the endurance factor. They're high pressure, we're low pressure, so our gas is going to go further. So let's make every flip count.
Yeah.
Eruption Captain Michael has hundreds of robot fights under his belt, so he knows how to adapt and change depending on his next opponent. In this case, to negate the huge scoop of Behemoth.
We've swapped our flipper arm over, so you can see it's not got any scratches on it, because it's brand new. But this is the one that we've been using for the past 5 years on Eruption. It's perfect for fighting flippers. It scrapes the ground, so we should be getting onto them quite well.
Eruption's drive to win has led them to build one of the most powerful flipping robots in the world. But with limited flips, it'll be up to team captain and driver Michael to make them count.
We're Team Eruption, and we're from Warrington in Cheshire. On our team is me, Michael, and my dad, Adrian. I'm an engineering student at university, and my dad works for a research laboratory. Last year, people said we got a bit unlucky, and we were that close to making the heat final. This year, we're hoping to do a lot better, and Eruption is a robot worthy of being a finalist. 18's a big year for me. I've moved out of home, I've started university. Turns out a robot is a lot easier to use than the washing machine. Eruption's built as one big shell that everything bolts into. So if we fight a big spinner, and we get a lot of damage and that twists the shell, we're going to have a lot of trouble repairing that on the day. I might have only just started my career in engineering, but I'm here to teach everyone a lesson.
And direct from the scrapyards of hell, it's the vertical saw of dead metal.
Roboteers.
Behemoth against Eruption. Both robots can't deal out a huge amount of damage. I think we're going to see a very tactical fight. Driving crucial here in a fight between 2 experienced teams. Time will tell.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, someone pulled Behemoth's chain in the first fight, and they didn't like it. Eruption got around the arena floor very well in that group battle, but there's the power of the scoop of Behemoth. I like the additions they've made, but I like the tenacity of Eruption as well, using their improvements there. They're still concerned about a lack of armour against spinners.
Rolling back, fire. Can't see. I can't see a thing.
They can't see the Behemoth team.
Can you see it? No, I can't.
They're going blind at the moment. They can't see in there, and they're in real trouble. As a result, Eruption getting in underneath Behemoth. Well, that's a tactic we've not seen before. Put a robot out of the line of sight of its roboteers. Innovative. And they've gone back in there again. Will Behemoth be stuck it in again? No. More cautionary. Oh, what a flip!
Yes, Michael.
How about that? Sensational stuff. They just lifted 108.5 kilos there. Lack of vision for Behemoth all the way through. They started well. Eruption was bouncing over the flame pit. Behemoth on top. But once they got into that corner area, you could see there the power of Eruption. They could lift Behemoth, and Behemoth didn't learn the lesson. And out they went.
Eruption have won the battle of the flippers, but they still have to face their biggest fear.
We've not fought a big spinner yet, so we've not had too much damage. So that's still to come probably, but so far we're in good shape.
First versus second place, Eruption and Cherub. Cherub are repairing by cutting away damaged parts and re-welding new metal in its place.
Cherub's quite unassuming, it's a tough robot, but we need that 3 points, so to get a knockout we're going to have to try and get it out the arena or feed it some house robot.
The teams head to the arena. Cherub are battle-scarred but rebuilt and ready to go. They'll need to keep their wits about them if they want to avoid becoming Eruption's next victim.
In the arena, Matilda and house robot number 2, it's Dead Metal.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And off we go. How active is Cherub? They're looking to get those spikes working there, and Eruption trying to get in underneath.
Don't get flicked out, Brad.
Try and fit them. Try and get them.
They have custom-made electronics Eruption, pulsing the timing of the gas to the flipper,
Oh no.
meaning they can reserve their gas for big arena outing flips. That's what they're going for here. They've manoeuvred it, and out they go. Brilliant from Eruption.
Oh.
Yeah, look.
We lost in 30 seconds.
That was hugely impressive. This is one to watch. Cherub trying to do the handstand. Ill-advised in there, to be honest. Bit of gymnastics. And that's what you call losing.
For Eruption, once again, there are no repairs. They're riding high, and their plan of mercilessly launching opponents out of the arena is working nicely.
We're doing 2 fights in a row now, and that's what Eruption's built to do. So to see it all go perfectly, to exactly what you envisage in your head in the arena, that's a really good feeling.
They may be at the top of the league, but busy fine-tuning in the pits shows there's no time for complacency with Michael and his dad. Next up, it's PP3D and Eruption. This should be an easy 3 points for Michael, but he hasn't forgotten the devastation caused last series.
If you want to set up a backstory or something, that is probably what you call our arch enemy, because it took us out last time. And it's a devastating robot. So we're going to change our configuration of Eruption completely to try and deflect the spinner attacks, but it's just so powerful. We need to try and come out of that fight with as little damage as we can to make sure we can take on whoever we're facing in the heat final.
PP3D know exactly where to aim for.
With Eruption, I'm trying to get around the back of them because their wheels are exposed there. So, you know, try and get around the back, give them big hits right the way along. We'll see how we go.
Eruption has shown a ruthless streak, flipping opponents out of the arena. But could PP3D prove to be its Achilles heel, bringing them back down to earth?
Overseeing this fight, the worst cuddle I ever had, it's Dead Metal. And Sir Killalot.
3, 2, 1.
Off we go. Can they get in round the back then of Eruption? Goodness me. Eruption looking for revenge against their old enemies.
Up to speed, go.
Up to speed, they wanted that blade to work so frenetically. Eruption using what they call the anti-Carbide PP3D side pods to deflect blows. And they come in underneath PP3D, trying to get an angle to flip them. As the blade stopped working, it has. No weaponry on PP3D.
Oh, go! Get it on!
Don't think they had any ground clearance, but now, upside down, maybe they can get that blade working. Oh, no, they can't, they're out. But for a minute there, I thought they had hope. 3 flips in a row. 3 cheers for Eruption. Eruption on the attack early on. Tossed PP3D in the air. So too did the floor flipper. And that was the end of it all.
There's no exit like a Robot Wars exit, and PP3D are out of the competition.
That's 9mm thick Hardox, so to put a decent slice in that is pretty impressive, and they're taking some nice gashes out the side. But compared last year when we fought them, They threw a massive slot through the side, took the wheel out. They ripped one of these panels completely off last time, so compared to that, we're quite happy with it.
Young guns, last time they met Cherub, suffered the old flip-flop and fly, but they did have technical problems. Both robots now at full strength, though, for this final fight.
Roboteers, stand by. Three, two, one, activate.
Cherub needs to dance around Eruption, but I don't think Toby knows the meaning of the word retreat.
We died in 2 seconds.
And that's the result.
Job done. Made it look easy.
The job was done so very, very early on. Wow.
That's the shortest fight we've ever done.
We flew so high.
Well, he was brave enough to attack, but foolhardy, a little bit naive. Let's not say that because he's been brilliant, Toby. But from that moment on, you know what's going to happen, don't you? Watch for Eruption in the grand final. This is a robot that could win this series. The explosive power of the Eruption. And they did the job in 5 seconds.
I mean, I think they're a little shell-shocked.
Yeah.
Have you got somewhere to go?
You feel
You're
bad,
in an awful hurry, and it's
Yeah.
progressively quicker every
I
single
think
time.
it's a dangerous arena, and if you stay in there too long, you can get pushed into house robots, into hazards. So the best way to get through the competition is just to win your fights as quickly as you can.
So was
and not
was
take
the
damage.
plan?
Absolutely.
Short,
That's the great thing about a flipper. You can just throw them out the arena and just get the fights done with.
So can a flipper win the final again?
A flipper can win. Whether it will or not, we don't know, but it can.
Okay, well, listen, we look forward to seeing you again in the final. Please give it up for Eruption. Well done.
In the corner patrol zone, the king of carnage, Sir Killalot.
Roboteers, stand by.
All of them optimistic, including the champions.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Apollo moving away, trying to stay out of trouble. Aftershock's left itself open there for an attack, and Apollo flips it!
Yes, yes.
No wonder they're celebrating. That was a big hit on Aftershock, but they seem to be okay. And now they're ganging up on Apollo. Eruption. Oh, there's a problem there with the floor plate.
That's not fair. I'm stuck in the arena.
They need to stop this.
Cease.
The arena is damaged. That's the attack on Aftershock. Sparks flew. There's the damage to the floor plate. Apollo get themselves wedged and then took a hit from Aftershock. You can see why it had to stop. They couldn't move freely across the arena floor. So the battle has to stop while a repair takes place.
The sheer power of Aftershock's vertical spinner has pulled up the flooring. It's a nervous wait for the teams as the arena floor is repaired.
The floor's 6mm thick solid steel with wood underneath to keep it really solid. And this year the robots have taken a huge step up in power. We've not had this kind of damage on the floor before. You couldn't do that with sledgehammers if you were hitting it all day long, so there's some serious power there.
Teams agree that the match will restart from the opening positions without recharging weapons or batteries.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Battle is resumed. Damage has been sustained. Awesome power unleashed again. You really wouldn't want to be the arena floor. That's a massive slam there as they came together, and I think Apollo have been knocked out with that. The champs here are facing elimination in the first major shock of the grand final. Aftershock and Eruption through.
Hey, we did not hit him. Oh,
Absolute smash Apollo, a heavy machine, lifted like a feather. Aftershock will be a team to beat here.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
That's the moment they knew they were done. Clever driving from Eruption to stay out of trouble.
You were in attendance there. You
Yeah.
had relatively little to do. At what point were you supposed to join in?
Melees were about surviving, really. And we thought that they were quite keen to go for each other. And, you know, we let them do it.
It's clever, it's canny, you know, you got bigger fights ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fellow finalists Eruption, all too aware of the danger posed by Shockwave's spinner, happily, or some might say tactically, took a back seat in that fight.
I think the group match we were terrified for. The group battles are just brutal. We went in there with just the tactic of survival, and it worked out for us.
But they didn't come away completely unscathed.
The flipper's a little bit twisted because of that hit. We've got to straighten it out a little bit, but mostly I think we're okay.
First up, it's Eruption against Ironside 3. Both teams are desperate to get some points on the leaderboard.
That is a massively damaging robot, and we are worried about this thing. It could do a lot of damage to us. The only help we've got is Carbide has taken out their sub-writer. So if, and it's still a big if, because it's a brilliant robot and it could just take us out. If we manage to get upside down, we should be okay. That's got to be the tactical step. And as contradictory as it sounds, we don't want to cause much damage to Ironside, because we're also quite scared about Aftershock and Carbide. So if we can keep them spinning, they've then got to go in with the other two. If they can be spinning and deliver a big hit to them, that could help us out. So you've got to be really tactical at this stage and consider what your best chances are to take out all your opponents, even in the fights you're not in.
In the CPZ, the nicest 350-kilogram robotic Triceratops. I know, Matilda. And Shunt.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Eruption against Ironside 3. Can Ironside 3 stay right side up long enough to deal damage to the mighty Eruption? Oh! Mighty flip from Eruption. We've seen that throughout this series of Robot Wars. And Ironside 3 now tactically running away. And into that corner area where Eruption flips it against the sidewall, and Ironside 3 can't surf right.
He's over.
We're dead. Game over.
Brilliant from Eruption. Sensational stuff. They got their tactics absolutely bang on. Ironside 3's earlier damage has cost them so dearly. Into flip, up it went, bounced. That was okay. Still right side up. But here, over. And I'm afraid, out.
I think they're going to have a bit more damage to fix than we are.
Ironside's an awesome machine, and even though we got the win, it has hurt a lot. We knew he didn't have a self-righter, so when he went up the arm, we had to take a chance and flip him. And I think what's happened is, as the flipper's gone up and thrown him into the air, the spinner has caught the side of the flipper and completely bent it over out shape.
Eruption may be battered, but they're 3 points better off.
Not anymore, so.
After our round 1, the table looks like this. Carbide and Eruption are both in the full 3 points, while Ironside 3 and Aftershock have yet to score. Next up, it's a top-of-the-table clash. Carbide versus Eruption.
Eruption have had time to repair their warped flipper. Meanwhile, Carbide have scoped out the opposition and noticed a potential weakness.
So we've noticed on Eruption the side armour is attached directly to their wheels and their bearings and shafts. So if we give them a good hit there, it should immobilise their drivetrain. If we can do that, we'll be come out on top.
An outright win here would earn either team a place in the grand final.
Carbide against Eruption. Can they end Carbide's trail of carnage?
3, 2, 1.
You know what Carbide are going to do? Go for those side panels. But we know how dangerous that flipper of Eruption can be, and the power of the Carbide spinning blade sends both robots rocking across the arena floor. And again, this is a terrific battle here. Oh, this is a good battle. Steam being vented out of Eruption. I think that's immobilised. Ooh, but look at the sparks there. I think their weapon controller's died. No flips, no hope. Going, gone.
Oh, legend. Good work, man. That was intense.
They've got the smile of Cheshire Cats with the cream.
Oh, well.
Started so well for Eruption there. They came together, big crunch. Carbide bouncing. Now you see the CO2 venting, so we know that power is draining from Eruption. Despite the self-righting there, they had too much to do. Metal came flying off.
That was the first battle that you lost in the entire competition.
Yeah.
You were fearful of Carbide.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone is fearful of Carbide, so yeah. But the first 10 seconds or so went to plan. We hit them with the front of the robot, which is strong. They did ricochet off from the impacts, but something must have come loose and it stopped driving, and from then on...
Do you think there'll be much repairs to be done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Slightly silent, internal weeping. Okay.
Eruption has been ripped to shreds.
8mm hardened steel, and Carbide's cut straight through it. I didn't think that was possible. There should be a panel there. That piece was there. That's the front of it. Take that piece out and bent the whole rest of the whole panel underneath the robot.
Well, it's pretty bad, but, you know, that's what Robot Wars is about. You take damage and you've got to repair it, move forward and try and get back in the arena.
So it's time for Eruption versus Aftershock.
Both teams have suffered at the merciless hands of Carbide. However, the winner of this fight could take not only revenge, but also the Robot Wars title.
I'm here with Eruption, and they have a slight tactical advantage in this battle, don't you?
Yeah, well, we've worked out the points, and because we beat Ironside in our head-to-head, if we win or just take it to a judge's decision, we should get through to the final.
You could literally just do laps.
We could do, but
could do.
I think they'd probably catch us, though, at some point. It's 3 minutes is a long time in that arena.
Listen, the best of luck with this. Your tactic, I know what your tactic is going to be, because I've seen you do this all series. You're just going to go for this, aren't you?
Yeah, of course we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to this. Eruption!
For the first time tonight, with a top speed of 13 miles an hour, it's Dead Metal. And Matilda.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Aftershock have done brilliantly to get this far and get that robot competitive again. But they can be flipped. Perhaps robots go rogue. But we've got a problem here. I think there, the blade caused damage to the floor as they came down.
They killed the floor again.
Oh, well.
Down here.
Yes, I think it was the spinning blade there that ripped the arena floor. As they come in here on the arena button, that activated the house robots to go rogue. That's where the damage was sustained. You can see the sparks coming off the arena floor. Aftershock and Eruption have said they're happy to carry on, even though there is still damage to the arena floor.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
They've had to wait, they've had to be patient. They couldn't touch their robots. In they come again. Aftershock trying to churn down on that flipper and bend it out of shape. Eruption pirouetting. Aftershock coming in and dancing balletically there with... Oh, that metal. Ill-advised. Ill-advised. Yes, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Well, you are, but get out now. And you Eruption backing away sensibly there. Aftershock coming in, but riding high on the flipper of Eruption. 5 times Eruption have flipped machines out of the arena. They're serious and they take a match. there. This is a terrific contest. Oh, big throw. And then Aftershock's power blade hurled it even further across the arena floor.
Back up, we'll reverse.
They need to reverse and come in for another attack. Over goes Aftershock. Can they surf right from there? Oh, grimacing, groaning, and giggling. Well, we love that approach. She loves the carnage of the arena floor, and don't we all? And the carnage being created here for Eruption. Two great competitors and still slugging it out this late on in the series. Magnificent. Eruption still with the power of the flipper to turn Aftershock over. Aftershock still with the power of the vertical spinner to cause major trouble for Eruption. What's happened to Aftershock here? I don't think they can move. I think they're out.
Okay, let's cut back and we cut our losses.
Eruption here could be cruel or kind. They're kind. Eruption through to the final against Carbide, and that will be a ferocious final.
Good fight, good fight.
Oh, at least that was an entertaining one.
Yeah, it was good. Well done, mate.
Aftershocks. Huge power of the spinner. Really gruesome battle this. Would have graced the final itself. Magnificent.
You know what? I'm saying this now. I think that was the best fight of the series. Congratulations to both of you. That was fantastic. Am I right in saying that? How great was that? That was just fantastic. Properly duking it out, both of you, both trying to land that killer blow. Is fantastic. Even though you kept smashing up the arena, stop breaking our room. There's just pockmarks and hole everywhere.
I think Dead Metal took the worst of it as well. We had a good pop at him as well.
Really? Great. We've got to repair that before we can send anyone out for a final. You also presumably have repairs to do.
Yeah.
But your plan was never really just to survive, was it?
Well, no, we want to try and get them out of the arena, but they delivered some really nasty hits on us.
No points for you, right? On that one, but you've been fantastic the entire way through. And Aftershock has been a revelation, and it's been an absolute.
I think he's here to stay for a while now. Aftershock.
Okay, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing him again. You get all 3 points, which mean going into the final and deservedly our Eruption, ladies and gentlemen.
It's unbelievable, really.
I mean, ever since I was 2 years old, and we used to sit down, Father and son, and we used to watch Robot Wars together. I think it's fair to say, since then, it has consumed our entire life for the past 12 years. So, you know, it's, for me anyway, I can't talk for my dad, but I imagine it's the same thing. I mean, for me, it's my dream come true to get this far in Robot Wars.
I mean, you come here and all these benches were full of Roboteers and people without benches. There's not many Roboteers here, and now there's not many left. We're in the last 2 now, and it doesn't seem believable, really, does it?
It's time for the grand final.
Roboteers, stand by.
This is it. Again, it's come down to Spinner against Flipper. Both of these teams have fought an exemplary campaign. If anyone has a chance of taming the beast of Carbide, I think it's Eruption.
Good luck, mate.
Good luck, man.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Will Carbide's weaponry survive this year's final? That will be key. Eruption need to position themselves to get a flip in. Carbide very, very quick. Eruption, don't forget, can lift 1,000 kilos into the air. Carbide's death hub. Listen, can you hear it? Eruption trying to flip. The flipper sustained damage straight away. But certainly they can still move, Eruption, which is good to see. It's been a brilliant grand final so far. Carbide spinning away, the red-hot painted blitz slamming in on Eruption from the side panels. The angle of the armament, very important, but at the moment, it's Carbide getting through that armor. What a comeback by Eruption there! They can't take this too easily, Carbide. If they get lackadaisical for a moment, Eruption will flip them. They manoeuvre themselves again. They look to come in on the attack. See the sparks? That's what Carbide can do. Eruption with the flipper, but look at the damage to the flipper now! Has that weaponry packed in? Carbide senses they can come in. Eruption trying to flip and show everyone they're okay. I don't think they are. Oh, everything's coming off Eruption now. Absolutely everything. Oh, what a battle it was. But Carbide worthy winners. Carbide champions. Carbide, the strongest of the strong. Brilliant stuff. Worthy winners.
Well done, mate.
Done it.
Done it, man.
Eruption so brave. Oh, they don't deserve this. Come on, Carbide, knock out Killalot. Oh, Shunt's coming in. Oh, and remember, Carbide, you may be champions now, but the house always wins with the house robot. You need to get out of there.
But he lost the weapon.
Brilliant early on. Look at that. Prepared to give as much as they took Eruption. But throughout the competition, Carbide have been at another level, and it shows you how improved these new robots have become. What damage, what a battle, and what a great series it's been.
Well done to both of you. That was a fantastic final. It was a great fight, and I'll say it was a much better fight than I think even you were expecting.
Yeah, well, we limped Eruption into the final, really. It's fought 4 big spinners in a row now, back to back, and we were expecting about 10 seconds and something to go wrong, but we kept on going, and we lasted almost 2 minutes.
Yes, which is
with Carbide, which was pretty good, really.
This is longer than anyone has lasted next to Carbide. All sorts of damage is being done.
Yeah, well, that happens when you fight Carbide.
It does, doesn't it? And in that time, you also did the thing that nobody else did. You managed to flip Carbide at one stage.
You get the flipper next to it, and you can feel like you've got to do something, so just press fire, and you keep on trying.
Congratulations to you. It has been a superb performance the entire way through this year's Robot Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Eruption.